As the FBI starts to try to figure out this timeline and piece together this puzzle of what happened to this young man who seemed to be such a high achiever coming from a good home, according to the people who live here, a really quiet middle-class family. So what we saw today are a couple of FBI agents going door to door. What we overheard is that they said that they were trying to get together some ring cameras of some of these homes. And a lot of these homes, you can see it for yourself just with my eyes here, a lot of these homes do have cameras. So they're trying to put together whatever evidence that they have. And these are just the two officers we saw. We understand that there were others walking through this neighborhood trying to open up a larger perimeter of this investigation. A little bit about Cole Allen, 31 years old. He is someone who went to an elite academy for his post-high school degree. He went to Caltech. He got a degree in engineering. This is a very difficult school to get into and a difficult one to graduate from. And then he got his master's degree at another university. He was the Teacher of the Month in December 2024, according to social media posts. So he seemed to have it together in many ways. But what we are now learning is that in October of 2023, records do show that he purchased a weapon, a handgun, that was legally purchased in this area. Then he purchased 2 years later a shotgun. The shotgun in this photo that was obtained by our Josh Campbell from 2025 then traveled with him along with that handgun and multiple knives to Washington, traveling apparently by train. Again, this timeline certainly being pieced together. He does face some serious charges. He will be arraigned tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. On the East Coast. He is charged with using a firearm during a crime of violence, as well as assault on a federal officer using a dangerous weapon. And as far as that puzzle, Jess, that you were just talking about, this manifesto, while we don't want to go into the details of it, it certainly does point out and clearly reflect some political anger to the Trump administration. His sister, talking to authorities, said that he did practice at a local shooting range and that he was increasingly talking about some left-wing activity. So, a lot more we hope to learn tomorrow morning at that hearing, Jess.
Shall I post it as soon as he passed down that?
18, go for Jesus Christ. Sorry.
First off, how are you after all of this, and how is the First Lady doing?
She's doing great. I'm fine, and it was a very sad evening in many ways.
Do you know how long he was planning this for?
Well, they have some pretty good information. He had a lot of hatred in his heart for quite a while, and he just, I don't know, it was a religious thing. It was strongly anti-Christian. And I don't know if you've gotten it, just got released, the manifesto. He had a manifesto, can you believe it? And so he's got some big problems with the rest of his life. But his family knew that he had difficulty, and his family seemed to be, I think they spent a lot of time with his family. His family said he had big difficulty. Maybe they should have reported him a little bit more strongly, probably. But it's a hard thing to do, I guess.
We expect that that the suspect will be charged tomorrow morning in federal court with 2 counts, assault of a federal officer and use of a firearm during a crime of violence. We're going to continue to investigate, and it'll just be a complaint tomorrow. An indictment will be coming in the coming days or weeks, and go from there. So I think he's going to be great. He's going to be fine, and thank God he was wearing a bulletproof vest.
Do we know if he was hit by shots from the gunman or from other agents?
I believe it's from the gunman. Now, look, obviously we're 12 hours in, so I want to be careful making definitive statements. But from what we know right now, that was a discharge from the suspect.
And what more can you tell us about the gunman?
Well, we're 12 hours into the investigation. The FBI and other law enforcement worked through the night. They executed search warrants on both coasts, both in D.C. at the hotel room where he was staying, which was inside the conference center where we had the dinner, and also in Los Angeles at the suspected home. We know that he had 2 firearms on him, as has been reported, along with some knives. We believe that he traveled by train from Los Angeles to Chicago, and then Chicago to Washington, D.C., and we've executed search warrants on his devices as well. We've started talking to folks that know him, and to try to just continue to gather information and evidence. I was on the phone with the director of the FBI after 1 o'clock last night, and they were working through the night. He was working through the night, and I think that as the days go by, we'll certainly learn more. But that's what we know so far. It appears that he checked in on the 24th to the hotel, and we're still looking at video surveillance and footage of where he walked and how he got in and how those firearms got in. But at the end of the day, I expect we'll have a lot more about that in the coming days.
Are you confident he was acting alone?
Look, it's 12 hours in. As President Trump said last night, it appears he did. We don't have evidence to the contrary, but that's not that surprising given the timing and when everything happened. We are actively combing through all the evidence that we've collected and going to continue to do that today and in the coming days and weeks. And if he did not act alone, or if folks knew what he was doing or helped him along the way, we will find that out. We don't have evidence to show that as of this morning.
Yeah, and this suspect was pretty much in the community and in our daily lives. My brother-in-law went to the same college as when he did, exactly around the same time. Again, our daughter does physical or speech therapy. The suite next to it is where he was teaching at the educational center. And again, it's just so unreal to know that this is right here down the street, incorporated in our daily lives, and not knowing if we could have passed him in the grocery store or something. And just to go to this kind of extreme is unreal. Honestly, it's so surreal.
播报新闻是我的日常，必须时刻保持妆容和皮肤的最佳状态。当来到人生中最重要的时刻，也是 KS 逆时奇迹帮助我轻松驾驭，闪闪发光。KS 逆时奇迹活肤露全效精华、精华霜，多达5种 EGF 6大冻龄关键成分，保湿效果让我非常满意，小细纹也不再困扰我。我就是我自己的最佳女主角 ，KS 让我从容自信，光彩动人。我是我人生中的大女主，我的最爱我做主。KS 逆时奇迹系列热卖中，下单请上快点购，透过中天新闻网 App 下单立减50，或输入 CTI 推荐码有额外折扣。